Pay close attention. This isn't something you see every day.
Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2013 version by NECA. Now this is Michelangelo. Here he is in the package, and I have to say one thing. I ordered these off of NECA. Just want to get this out of the way. I ordered these off of NECA, all 4 turtles with shredders, so you would get the free shipping. Come on, NECA. What's up, dudes? Really? You only send me Mikey? You don't send them all together? And I understand people are getting theirs off of Walmart. That's cool. I mean, I could have gone that route if I would have known that they were going to be on Walmart. But hey, that's on me. But I got these guys straight through NECA with the shredder. And yeah, I only got Mikey. But since Mikey is my favorite turtle, hey, I'm happy to have him. But anyway, I digress. Now, getting back to the figure, here is this beautiful artwork of Michelangelo on the box, with some splattering pizza sauce in the back. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Anyway, it says Michelangelo down at the bottom. And then on the side, it just says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love the fact that it has the ooze right here that's usually glowing the way it does on the cartoon when you watch it. If you have not seen this, it is on Netflix. You can watch the whole first season and second season, I believe, is on there. Or maybe it's just the first. Don't hold that against me, but I know the first one's on there for sure. Anyway, looking at the back, here we have an alleyway, and then you have a little bit of information right here that you can read if you want to. And then on the side, we have some beautiful artwork. Now, if I would have had everybody here, these all go together to make a nice picture. As you can see, Mikey is jumping across the rooftops. And then, of course, you would have Donnie, Leo, whoever else is behind him. And I think the shredder's in the front, and in between, there's supposed to be a foot soldier or something like that. But anyway, opening this guy up in typical fashion, here we have this cool Agrorilla picture right here. This is on the bottom of Michelangelo's skateboard, if anybody is wondering where this is from. This is the bottom of his skateboard in the series. And then we have Mikey here in the package, along with Ice Cream Kitty, which is awesome. This figure looks like he just came right out of the cartoon series. I mean, phenomenal. Anyway, enough of my rambling about the packaging. And yes, before I forget, here are all the legalese and the people that are involved with making this figure. If you want to pause, you can go ahead and read it. Anyway, now, let's get him out of the packaging. Let's look at him. Let's talk about his accessories. Yeah, let's just check them out. All right, so now that we have Michelangelo out of the packaging, I have to say, oh my God. I have a lot of NECA turtles, and wow. I'm going to say this. When I took them out of the package, as I'm doing this review, okay, I didn't mess with him prior or anything like that. I took him out before I got him set up. After I took him out of the package, I threw him into some hot water to get his joints, especially on his legs and his shoulders, just to loosen them up. With the history of NECA figures breaking when it comes to the joints, make sure you do that if they are stiff. Do not force them. A wee bit of hot water or from a hairdryer will soften them up. But I will say this, when it came to the double joints right here on his elbows, smooth. Everything is smooth moving now. No issues whatsoever. And this guy comes with a whole lot of stuff. But the coolest thing is that this guy here came from the show, and here he is. NECA has done a phenomenal job. Look at this sculpt. I mean, if that's not the cutest looking face ever, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he's got the big eyes like he does in the cartoon. And yes, so one thing I do want to point out really quick is that his arms do not, well, they do if you move them, because these get in the way a little bit. So, I mean, if you actually pay attention in the cartoon, his arms were always getting in the way, or these pouches were always getting in the way of his arms, because that's where his chucks go. Anyway, back to this head sculpt. Look at that head sculpt. It's like the cutest little thing you've ever seen. The big wide eyes, the big wide blue eyes, I should say. And then he has the extra little freckles on his face like he does in the cartoon, and then the freckles on top of his head. His orange bandana, beautiful, beautiful paintwork. The bandana is articulated in the back, and then just since I have it here, look at his shell. Beautifully done, just beautifully done. I mean, I cannot complain. Yeah, my belt might be a little bit off, but I just straightened it out. Love this leather texture that they've done here. I mean, NECA has gone all out, especially even the elbow pads, the wristbands, and the wrappings that they have. Freckles on his arms. The front of his shell has some scraping and stuff like that, and a couple little here's and there's on the shell from where he has done battle. The fact that he's got this little divot that's out of the leather belt here and here. I don't know if this little one's coming through, but it's there. Even on the bottom. Goes to show that they put a lot of detail into these. They do with the other lines as well. Sometimes there's some missed opportunity. Now, was there some missed opportunity here with these guys? We'll go over that. But as of right now, I gotta say, just beautiful. Making way down to the legs, more freckles on the legs, and then also all these little like scrapes on the knee pads from the training, and then his feet wrap, and then his little toes. Beautifully done. I cannot say any bad things about the sculpt. The sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. Now, you know I never really do this, so I'm going to be very quick with this. So with his articulation of his head, look at that. When did we ever have a NECA figure that could do something like this? Not that I've ever known. And if there is, leave it in the comment down below and let me know. Move his bandana out of the way, and you can get him to look up pretty good. His neck kind of hits the back of his shell, but otherwise he can look up. Tipping the head sculpt to the side, you get a little bit different type of expressions. Beautiful. I cannot say enough. Now, like I said, double joints, no issues whatsoever when it comes to these elbows. Move just fine. Moving here at the shoulder, that was a little bit of a problem. It was a little seized up, didn't want to move up like that. So yeah, and I think that's as far as they'll go right there, but that should be far enough. That's not bad at all. I just, want to be cautious because I've had figures break in the past. The bicep swivel, there was never any issue with that. Moving his leg up, of course, you have the shell, the front shell, which is soft, does get in the way. You kind of rotate the leg. There is no thigh cut right here, so if you rotate the leg, you're not going to get that high kick you want. But can you get a side kick out of them? Let's see, that's about as far as you're going to get with that. So that's about as far as a kick you're going to get, which is not too bad. And of course, he does not have any real ab or anything like this. And this is soft right here, so that's actually nice. It's a little pliable, but still, you can get him to do a wee bit of a kick. And his double jointed knees, of course, as you can see, I heated them up in that water, and yes, so you can get him to do a bit of a lightning kick if you want. And yes, his feet do swivel at the ankle, so you can get a nice little kick like this, or you can get him to jumping with his knees in the air. You can have him jumping like this if you wanted, but doing a front kick, not so much. He's not gonna really get that pose to get that leg up there, which NECA articulation, it is what it is. But a side kick, you'll be able to get if you want to pose it. And I'm not really doing too much of a posing. I'm just showing you can get him with a side kick if you want to. So that's not too bad either. You just rotate the leg, the foot, I mean. And there you go. There's a proper bit of a side kick here. If you want to do like that. So that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So they are better. They do have better articulation than most. And as far as his knee, will come up and kick the back of his shell. So if you wanted them sitting in front of Splinter, like they show in the cartoon, right? Let me just fix this foot right here real quick. If you want to have them like that, you can. You can have them articulated. Yeah, you can have them posed out where they are sitting on their knees in front of Splinter during their training. And I know that's just a quick whatever, but you can do that, which is cool. So yeah, and they have him bowing his head. But yeah, there's more things to go over, so that's why I'm going over this quickly. But he is, they are, I have to say, very, very articulated figures for being NECA. I cannot say that they're not. Now, as far as, like I said, you want to heat them up if you feel that they are not moving the way you want them to move. And yes, he does have this upper rocker here, which gives him a little bit more expression and stuff like that. So yeah, you want to put him in a fighting pose. Let me see. Just real quick, I'm sorry. Then I'll get into taking a look at his accessories. It's exciting to see these guys. Actually, finally somebody did them, and I will say that NECA has done them justice. Do they have their flaws? Well, sure. I wouldn't say flaws, but their hindrance. Maybe that's a better word to use. Sure. Do I think that there's some missed opportunity when it came to some of this? Yes. But overall in all, do I think these are fabulous? Absolutely. I mean, look at that. That is awesome. So now, with that being said, let's get in taking a look at the accessories that Michelangelo comes with, because he comes with quite a few things. So starting off, we have these 2 fist hands, which are also his weapon holding hands. I don't know why you just didn't give him 2 accurate fists. With the amount of hands that you gave him, you could have gave him at least a set of fists, but that's just my opinion. Next, he comes with a set of pointing hands, which is pretty cool. You know, got the double pointed hands. Next, he comes with a set of grasping or expressive hands, with a set of flute playing hands. No, I'm kidding. A set of hang loose hands. Michelangelo's alternate head. It's his angry head sculpt with whited out eyes. I think that yeah, that's very nice to have him with the open mouth like that, but it's more of like he's yelling at his brothers more than he is angry about anything else. But still, it's cool. Love the freckles on the face, everything nicely done. So we have his New York style slice of pepperoni pizza. That's cool. Every turtle's gonna come with this, so that's cool that they come with their own slice. They should have came with like a whole pizza. At least one of them should have, in my opinion. Next, we have his teeny tiny little smoke bomb, and Donatello had made these egg smoke bombs that Michelangelo uses a lot in the animated series. If you have not seen this series, you definitely need to go check it out. But that's cool that they added this. They just should have given him a little something for him to be able to store it.
I give you the T-phone.
Dude, I'm in charge of naming stuff. I would have called it the T-phone.
Next, we have Michelangelo's nunchucks, and yeah, so here we have his nunchakos, and you have the actual metal chain on it. Actually, I think this just, is it plastic? Maybe it's metal. Yeah, it's a little metal chain, painted black, which is nice. And then, of course, these are kind of blocky because it's just the way they were in the cartoon. And instead of being smooth, you know, like round, so, you know, some chucks are made kind of like this for whatever style, and then others are literally just kind of smooth, round looking. And then, of course, they pull out at the top like this for whatever reason, maybe to put them in the pouch or whatever. I'm not having an issue with them falling out. They are loose. I mean, as you can see, I just dropped and I'm holding them and shaking. So they hold in there pretty good. At least mine do. Well, there it goes. Just fell off. So they just made a liar out of me. But anyway, you just want to make sure that they go in there snug, give them a little push, and they'll hold. I'm not having any issue. I mean, if they do come out, they're meant to come out easily, so you know, I guess the peg doesn't break or whatever the case is. Wherever you're supposed to use these, or maybe it's just to plug them into the pouch. I don't know, because I haven't tried it yet. But that's cool they included his chucks. And next we have as a surigami. I hope I said that correctly. But anyway, this is cool because it's like he'd hit a button and this blade would actually come out. and then you have the weighted end here. Now the funny thing about this here, in the comic, he was made to use this because Master Splinter told him he needed to learn this before anything, and if he could learn this, then he wouldn't have any issue with learning the chucks. As you can see, this comes off. It came that way in the package. It came in like two little separate pieces. I don't know if it matters what end you plug it into. I think this end is deeper when it comes to the peg hole. To be honest with you, I can't really tell. Maybe they're both the same. I don't think that they're meant to plug into the chucks. Maybe they are. If you want to use one end for one and the other, but yeah, this is cool that they actually have this in here because he actually used this quite a bit in the animated series. So, and they did a beautiful job with the blade. I mean, they put the little markings on the blade. You can see where it's sharp, all that good stuff. So cool. Kudos to NECA. And last but not least, we have Neapolitan Kitty, also known as Ice Cream Kitty. And yes, this is cool. It's a stagnant figure. Doesn't have really any articulation to it. But the fact that they have this here and it was included with Michelangelo is awesome. This cat, when Michelangelo found her and brought it to the lair, she ended up drinking the mutagen that Donatello was working on, that Michelangelo had dropped ice cream in it. So it made like a mutagen float, so to speak. And she drank it and then turned into Ice Cream Kitty, and he shoves her in the freezer. And that's where she stays. But later on in the series, it's cool because she's handing Master Splinter his his cheese sickles from the freezer. So yeah, that's cool. Beautiful paintwork, beautiful sculpt. I mean, smiling, ice cream dripping here on the chin. Just absolutely phenomenal that they included this. So that's cool. And I would talk about the others, but I don't have them. So, but awesome. So here he is with his Kasuragami in his hands. And I do understand why they made the bottoms come off, because these fingers do not really open too much. So you take the bottom off and you slide it into the hand there. But otherwise, he holds them pretty well. That's nicely done. This head sculpt just kills me, man. But yeah, as you can see, he holds it well. So you have him and you can pose him however you want with whatever head sculpt you want, but they did a fabulous job. So something I wanted to show off that's really cool is that you have this wide open hand here. Put a little sticky tack in it. You can actually have him like he's going to eat a piece of pizza. It doesn't really stay in there, just kind of sits. And then this one here actually holds the chucks, no problem. So that's actually pretty cool because you could have him holding one, dangling, and then the other one in his hand like that. And I just want to show that there's no stickiness in there, but that's cool because we have never seen that where he's holding both chucks in one hand, which is something that he does do quite a bit in the actual animated series. So I thought that'd be pretty cool to show off. So now that I've shown off all of his accessories and everything else, I just want to say that, yeah, I mean, look, he's actually can hold his T-phone. You can put him in a walking pose, and also with his chucks here on the side, these come off so you can actually go through the bottom and slide them through. You could probably keep them both together and slide them from the top down so you don't have to take the tops off. But I find it a lot easier just to lift his arm up, take these top pieces off, and then slide them up through the bottom so that way they can sit together in the pouch. And then there you go. You have them however you want. And then you can pose him however you want with his chucks, with his Kasuragami, however you want to do it with the rest of the team when you get them. If you get them. If you don't, then that's fine too. But anyway, let's get into taking a look at some comparisons here with a couple other figures and from a couple other different types of lines. And then starting off, we have Shaggy from Jada Toys, and we have Ryu from Storm Arena, and they fit. And of course, Michelangelo is the shortest turtle of all. He's also the youngest, but there you go. You can actually fit them in with these guys here, where he could be hanging out with Shaggy, doing silly things, or training with Ryu, or fighting with Ryu, however you want to do it. Whoop, and there they go. So, yeah. next we have Playmates Concept Turtle, which is just way too big. But that's how he compares. And then we have the infamous Art the Clown. Yeah, so from Mezco. So yeah, there you go. You have those as well, which he fits in with Art. That, I mean, different dimension, whatever you want to say. But that Art, you know, not Art the Clown, but the Michelangelo here from Playmates is just a big figure. In my opinion, doesn't really fit, but hey, you can do whatever you want. It's your world. Now, let me get everything situated, and then we will go over the cons of the figure. Okay, so at the end of the day, I just have to say, after looking at all of his accessories, showing you with how he looks with other figures and comparing him, at the end of the day, I have to say that NECA has knocked it out of the park once again, especially with these figures. Listen, I've seen a couple here's and there's of other people and their reviews, and that's their opinions on the way that, and maybe it's just theirs, and that's a possibility. Just like mine, I got lucky and didn't have any issues with Mikey here. But the simple fact of the articulation, the simple fact of the sculpt, the simple fact of the price of what you're getting some phenomenal things. NECA definitely has brought these figures to life. So if you're a fan of this animated series, or you just like the way these turtles look, definitely go pick them up. If you are not, that's fine too. But in my opinion, and that's all this is just my opinion on mine, wow. I have to say that they have brought these guys to life from the animated series. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Now, they added a few things in here, like him being able to hold his chucks in the one hand, and then you have that open hand where he could be holding something or whatever the case is. Now, as far as the smoke bomb and the T-phone, could you manage to have maybe put a little something to where it would have fit onto his belt? Sure. That's missed opportunity. Do I think that you have missed opportunity when it comes to the swirling effect that you could have given him at least on one? Sure, since they detach and whatever the case is. Do I think that you have some missed opportunities when it comes to actually giving him more goofy expressions when it comes to the head sculpt? Yes, I do. You gave him the angry one with the whited out eyes, which is fine. You gave him the big wide-eyed look. But the tongue sticking out, I mean, this guy is just, you know, they all have their own individual attitudes and the way that they are in the show, which that's what makes it great. But Michelangelo is absolutely hilarious. So, I mean, which they, you know, hey, listen, they might come out with an accessory pack later on down the line with the swirling chucks, or, you know, the tongue sticking out type of face, or the hard eyes, or whatever the case is, if they choose to do that. I just think that there was a little bit of missed opportunity. When it comes to the articulation of this figure, yeah, for a turtle figure, I've never had one that articulates the way that this guy does. Yes, I can get them to bend their knees, but they're very stiff. This one here, the knees bend. You can get them into that pose where they're all kneeling down, and you could actually put Splinter in front of them like they're training. Can he do a whole lot of high kicks? No. Can he do a lot of stuff? Yes, more than other NECA figures can. Do I think they missed opportunity to put a little bit of a sticker or something onto the T-phone just to give it a little bit more life so it's just not dark? Yes. Do I think what they gave us with the extra hands and stuff like that is great? I do. But do I think that they missed out on a couple of things here and there? Yes. Do I think that makes this figure horrible? No. Are these guys worth picking up? Absolutely. Especially if you are a big fan of this cartoon line, you know. So definitely, I know I am. I just think that they have done some beautiful work here on bringing these guys to life in 4 dimension, however you want to put it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the fact that we didn't get the swirling chucks or the here's and there's, no, It doesn't break the bank. It's just my opinion. Do I think that there was a little bit of missed opportunity? Do I think that they could have made the wrist swivel go horizontal or vertical instead of horizontal? Sure, they could have given them a couple hands that did that, but they didn't. But overall, phenomenal work, man. Phenomenal work. I can't say anything really extremely bad. I mean, it's a NECA figure, and you know what you're getting with NECA figures when it comes to the stiffness of the joints or not having tons of articulation. But the fact that I'm excited because of the fact that he has some great articulation, I can put him into some poses, phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Do I think that the fact of the chucks coming apart will eventually get, with these coming off, get to where they won't stay in there any longer and they're going to slide in and out? Yeah, I think that's going to happen. But if you put a little piece of tack in there, it'll allow you to pull it in and out, and it'll stay snug no matter what, if that's something you choose to do. But overall, I'm excited to get the rest of them whenever they choose to ship. Why NECA only shipped me the one instead of all of them at once is beyond me. Who knows what they do and why they do the things that they do. I understand New York Comic Con is this weekend, but you know what? That's no excuse for the people that paid ahead of time and not pre-ordered like off of Walmart. Now, I'm not bothered because the people that pre-ordered from Walmart got theirs first. That's awesome that they got theirs. If I would have known they were going to be sold at Walmart and I could get them sooner, I would have got them through there. But, NECA, when someone buys from you and you take their money, regardless if there's a Comic-Con or Walmart or whatever the case is, you should get them to those people first. That's just my opinion. Anybody who agrees with me, leave those comments down below. Anything I missed, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below. With that being said, because I'm rambling now, I hope you guys enjoyed this review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo 2013 version by NECA. More to come when the others come in. There will be more to come. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below. Always hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new. And guys, yes, the comments, the notification bell, the subscriptions, all help this channel grow. And like I've always said in the past, and I'll say it now, if it wasn't for you guys, I still would not be doing this because, well, it's because of you guys. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all on the flippity flip.